Hey guys, Brix back with another Lego Transformer review, and today we got G1 Megatron. Let's check it out. Alright, so here we finally have G1 Megatron. This is kind of my version 2 Megatron. I wasn't too thrilled with the first one, but I was kind of rushing him for Brick Fair. And this right here, I mean, though the first one did kind of look cool in gun mode, this one nails the robot mode, so I'm very happy with this guy. Took me a while to design him, and I've been on this channel now for about 3 years, and we're just getting a G1 correct Megatron. So, as you see, he's what is it, Walter P38 pistol, I believe it's called. Couldn't really figure out the trigger mechanism, because if it hung down too low, it would have like kind of ate away at the length of the handle. So think that's probably the only thing I had to really like nitpick about, if anything at all. But other than that, I think it came out really good. So it does have a similar leg transformation to my first Megatron, but with a couple of minor updates. The arm transformation is what really surprises, well, you know, what I'm most proud about. So that's how it looks in the hand. I'm saying maybe I have just around standard size man hands or something, so it's pretty cool. If you do decide to get the instructions for this guy, please don't take it outside. We don't need any bad things happening, you know. So let's get into transformation, because, you know, there's no articulation in gun mode. No bullets are coming out or anything like that. Alright, so with this, you don't need to take off the scope. You could if you wanted to, but you don't need to, so I'm going to try to do it without taking it off, just to show you how it goes. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is take these legs, bend them down like so, and we're going to loosen the jumper plate right here, and that's going to allow us to swing the legs around. But first, let's pull these legs down like that, so we can get this nice and flush right there. And then, holding on to that part, we let loose of the jumper plate and swing it around about 90 degrees and retighten everything. So that helps the legs be a lot more stable. At that point, we could separate these legs. They're held by the two studs right there. You guys can see that where my thumb is pointing. Then we bend down at the hips, and then bend the hips down right there. Since we're down here, we might as well finish up. Show you guys a couple of the little improvements that I made. It's mostly with the ankle articulation. We're going to take these little cheese wedges right there, rotate them 180 degrees, just so that they look a little more pointy when you flip them up on this rocker plate, like so. Do the same on the other side, because why? Oh no, it fell. That's fine. Stick that back up top. Rotate that at the knee. Bend it up on the rocker. Very cool. The next thing we do, probably have to spin it around to the back, as this will be the front of the feet. It's almost like a little automorph thing. So what you're going to do is have your finger right here on like where his heel is, and pull this way. Or matter of fact, let's just do it the easy way. Flip out the ankles like that, and then you could flip the feet out, and then flip it around like so. So let's do the same on the other side. Let's get those feet out, flip them around. Very nice. I had it on the automorph thing, but I guess didn't want to work today, a little tight. Now what I did right here is I put a 1x2 with a bar on a couple of clips right there. So that way, if you wanted to, you could pretty much bend that up and get full articulation, ankle tilt, and all of that he had the same joints there, but you couldn't really exercise them because it was just another 2x4 flat towel, and he couldn't really go anywhere. So for these, I just bend them up just a little bit so that it keeps with the aesthetic and still gives him full ankle articulation. Like so. Very good, very good. Alright, so this is the part that took me the longest to figure out, which is the chest. Because I wanted to have that big stocky barrel chest. First thing we're going to do here is take the barrel and flip that out the way. And have that, of course, on mixer ball joints for added stability. Next thing we want to do is take the scope. As you can see, it's kind of like right in between the two arms right there. So you want to rotate it on this 2x2 round plate to where, and like rotate it also holding the little where the stock connects to that using a 1x1 round, and kind of just, once that's rotated there, hope you guys can see this, or maybe better to show like this. See how I now rotated it from where it's here, and just rotate it 90 degrees so that that 2x2 is only on one arm now. And once you're there, you can kind of hold it with your thumb and then rotate the scope back towards the front like that. Once it's there, then you just rotate the whole thing to the side, and I'll show you why right now. So everything's nice and tight. We're going to take the whole back of the chest part right here and flip it up. Like so. There you go. Just like that. You can see it kind of, well, I don't know if you can see how everything works, but for the most part. Then what we are going to do is take the arm right here. I got the really bright green hinge plate, and we're going to swing that all the way out. That's going to hang out right there. That's how that happens. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to swing it around to the front, and this 2x2 slope towel, I'll get our nail right in there and lift that up on that rocker. Swing it around back to the front. We're going to take this whole part. You see how we got that hinge right there, right? Get a little close right here. And then you're going to lift it up 90. Take that slope, push it back down in its original position, and then fold it all the way back. So now that we clear all of that. So with Megatron's head, we have that on a robot arm. It's going to slide on a 1x4, well, a 4M beam. So we're going to just move that a little bit. And once we're about like halfway down the beam, we are then going to take the head and rotate it down almost about 90, just a little slightly off because we have to clear that little hinge knob right there. So from there, just adjust it on the robot hand enough to where we can lift the head up, and we've cleared that. Awesome. So from there, we kind of just wiggle the head upwards on that arm ever so slightly, and then rotate it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Arm's kind of got in the way. Alright, kind of rotate that to the front, like so. Next thing we're going to do is, at this point, we can close up the chest. And then, like before, flip that, and that'll kind of snap into place right there. And then we could take this part and rotate it down on the jumper plate, like so. Alright, so while we're back here, we're going to take this the barrel, hold down on his right shoulder, and that way we could swing it out on that mixel ball joint right there, which is the little one with the round stud with the hole in the middle. And we could take the whole barrel, flip it up, and leave it flush against the back like so. Alright, so we are almost done. All we have left is his arms. So with this, it's going to have to be a little tricky because the top part of the arm, I'll show you guys this way. This whole thing right here is attached to a 1x1 plate and then a 1x1 flat. So you're going to kind of be rotating everything above that while you're swinging out the arms from the elbow. So I'm going to show you how that looks here. So you want to kind of rotate there, and this little piece right there kind of gets in the way a little bit. Once you're there, you can bend down the shoulder and rotate that whole piece right there. It's nice and flush. And get the arm positioned, and then from there you could rotate the stock. I mean, not the stock, the scope, like so. And there we have his arm cannon. So we're now going to take this piece right here, which comes in the, what was it, the Lego chess and checkers board that you build. It's a 1x1 brick with a stud on this side and on the inside. So they're like, not opposites, but like, on the next one around the corner. So we're just going to take this 1x3 plate that we have on the underarm and one side of that brick and just begin rotating it around. And once we get the hand out, we could kind of use that as leverage to get it all the way around. And then it'll look like that, to where we could rotate that 1x3 for the hand reveal and to cover up the rest of the forearm, like so. Very similar to my first Megatron design. We're going to do the same thing for the next arm right here. So get that far, bend it down so that this part doesn't interfere with the shoulder and stuff, because it gets a little shoulder high. And then we got that shoulder part. And then we can rotate the wrist out. And once we get our hands on that hand, it's a little easier to swing out. And then swing that 1x3 around, and there we have it. Simple as that. And there we have a G1 correct Megatron. Nice. So straighten up his foot there. Oh, his foot had fallen off. It's weird, that mixer usually has pretty good clutch power. There we go. Straighten him up a little bit. And that looks awesome. Let's do a little zoomy. You guys can see all of him. And you can pretty much tell how he's articulated, very similar to my old one as far as the arms are concerned. He's got these new rotating shoulder pieces. This one doesn't really have a butterfly joint because it's like kind of affixed right there. But this one, if you kind of, has a little wiggle room right there. A little wiggly waggly room right there. His hands, of course, rotate using stud friction. Legs, of course, are the same, to where you could kind of get all the way out to there, all the way back. The back kibble is way cleaner than my first Megatron, so I'm very happy with that. Like I said, the ankle articulation is more present there than it was before. And let's get him back center stage so that we can do a nice little spin. Oh, hit the camera. Way more stable because of the same type of heel spurs right there. Oh, his legs look all like he's like crouching backwards a little bit. Let's straighten them up here. Megatron and his height must be respected. There you go. Alright, cool. I wish I had my old Megatron just for like a comparison. The first one I ended up selling at a convention, so he never made it back home. And the second one I had to kind of use a couple of parts off of him to build this guy. So just for size comparison, let's get him over there. We do still have my version 2 Optimus Prime, because he's pretty much the go-to guy until I build an official version 3 that doesn't combine into anything. And as you can see, much like all of my Transformers, they are the same height, so that looks really cool. Alright, and here we have Sound Blaster, because I just took apart Sound Wave to build Sound Blaster, and he's slightly shorter than Megatron right here. So that's pretty cool. Who else do we have? We still have Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime. Nice. And he is a bit taller than Megatron, so eventually, hopefully I could try to design Fall of Cybertron Megatron. That's a lot to say. Fall of Cybertron Megatron. A lot of trons. While I still have this guy hanging around, so I can do a size comparison between those two. So, got that done. And let's do Starscream. Why not? Let's get this guy down off the shelf. Because how often are we going to have a G1 Megatron with a Starscream? That looks awesome. I kind of wish I still had Soundwave here so we could just kind of compare those guys. Do I have Galvatron up there? Possibly. You guys want to see Galvatron? Let's see if we can get him out here. Galvatron, where are you? Oh, I see you. Alright, let's show him with some Galvatron. Nice. Very good, very good. That's a beautiful shot right there. I might actually take a picture of that. Alright. Of course, I have hundreds of other Lego Transformers, so if you want instructions for him or for G1 Megatron or any of my other awesome Lego Transformers, make sure you go to BrixMediaStudios.com and get your instructions today. I had an awesome Cyber Monday sale. It was like 50% off all the instructions. Huge turnout, really cool. I'm thinking about doing something for the whole holiday season also, so make sure you look for that. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram so you can stay up to date on all the awesome offerings and cool pics of stuff coming out. So, this is BX Brix, thanking you guys once again for liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, all that awesome stuff. Once again, make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all the upcoming projects that I'm working on. If I have any sales on my website for the instructions, they're really super affordable. So that on top of a sale, you can't really pass that up. Also, make sure you email me at bxbrix1@gmail.com if there's anything that you want to see on this channel. Of course, I have a long to-do list, so I definitely take everybody's comments into account and put that on my list also if it's something that seems remotely interesting. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.